Stephen Breach, Kev, do you have any bad stories about studio radio interviews? Were they a waste of time because you knew the hosts had no clue about wrestling and were just not paying attention, like Wayne's World or Almost Famous? Did you guys have to do a
I
lot of
have the
in
I have the
studios?
I have the complete opposite story.
Uh-huh.
I went to Cleveland, and it's this. There's a radio station, and it's like the rock and roll radio station. And it was, I think it was a Friday, and we were doing like the drive home or whatever. And there's a girl, I can't remember now, and I feel bad, but like they took me like in like I was theirs, and instead of doing like the 15 minutes we were supposed to do, I think I stayed the whole 4 hours. I mean, it was such a ball because it was kind of the precursor to this. You just kind
Right.
of, but you're breaking, you're playing tunes in between. But the great thing when you play tunes in between is you can set your next bit up.
Right.
So like we're just riffing. Like this is to me like we just like we talked about this last week, and I think you were the one that said like, yeah, we were just kind of jazz riffing,
Yeah.
and uh, and I think that's the beauty of doing this is we really don't have anything planned. Like that porn thing was planned for like 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
whenever we got the
I didn't
information.
even bring it up last week
Well,
because it
we just
wasn't it
couldn't. We
wasn't the
just
song we were playing.
yeah, and we can't get you can't get to everything, and there's always something current, and so I don't know. I I hope everybody's enjoying the show. We put the comments back on. We put the comments back on, and I read almost all the comments this week. There was one that was I didn't particularly care for, that I thought was just mean spirited. But if there's something that you guys want us to do, or if you have constructive criticism that's not from a an asshole standpoint, I'll be more than happy to take it. But we really want the Click This family that comes in early and listens to us. I mean, I was telling my wife about that, and she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "We have like," I said, "We don't have to." And I think that's one of the things that really helps us is we're not like just dry. It's not a dry shot. There's still like you still. I want to entertain the people um, that come in early, and I also want to entertain them in that first maybe half hour, whatever, while we're trying to figure out, you know, where we're going to take our first step. And I read, like 90% of everything I read was very nice, and a lot of people point out to the fact that yes, uh, they did. I did wake up and there was a cocoon next to my bed, and I had been body snatched. But just thank you, and we made a comment about people saying shit about tea, and there were two or three people that just said. The one guy said, I remember pretty much his quote verbatim. It's just like, there's a special place in hell for motherfuckers like that,
I
you
saw that.
know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, see, man, like, I, every time I think that there's no hope for people,
There it is.
yeah, there's no hope, and you do something like that, and it was like that the time when my son passed, and I saw, uh, like somebody made a statement like, "Oh yeah, when his kid died, he fucking asked for fucking subscribers," and I'm thinking, man, I'm trying at that point in my life not to fucking just call it a day. And I know how much T wanted that plaque. And as as a father, when you take your son's ashes in an urn and you put them on a shelf underneath your television, and you look at him every night and you're just like, ugh. And then you realize, like, oh, man, he wanted that so bad. And then you ask the people, and you go out to dinner. You say, man, it'd be great if you guys could join in. And we went from like 60,000 to 120,000 in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the,
And he's not lying. I mean, it was a YouTube gives you the plaque for anyone who doesn't know how this works. You can buy additional, and the one you see behind me, and Kevin has one, and Steve has one. I bought these for the rest. The one that we got from YouTube
it's
was
Steve's.
Tristan's and was sent to Kevin.
And
I
there's
went and bought the others because everybody worked so hard on the show.
and you have to understand. You have to understand, like, you know, there's nothing on an urn that says who's in there. But because that plaque sits next to T's urn,
Mm.
it's that people make the correlation that, oh, that is that Tristan's urn?
Mm.
Because they read the fucking YouTube plaque and it's like there's Tristan Nash. So if that doesn't make your heart warm, and if you find something that I'm some kind of a piece of shit because I used my son, no, I used that plaque to put a band-aid on my heart for an hour or two during that really, really rough time. And it's like it was like Clooney on the wheel on the perfect storm, and they go up over they're going up over that first, and the boat's like straight up. So that was where we are, where we were at that point when I asked the people and they responded with nothing but love. So, but I'm telling you right now, Adam came down. Adam spent a lot of time with Tristan. Tristan was at Adam's wedding, and we spent a week together in Florence, Italy, and we just sat around for 3 days, Tamara, Adam, and myself, and we rehashed. And Tamara and Tristan came down during the shooting of XXL, and we went out with Adam, and we had Thai food, and we ate meals, and so it was like, yes, it was beautiful to relive it. Yes, but at the same time, man, you're still peeling that scab back, and all of a sudden, Adam pulls out tonight, and it's 5 o'clock, and he's pulling out in his rental car to go to Port St. Lucie, and Tamara and I look at each other, and it's just like there's this horrific loss that you can just feel because all we did was just energize and talk about tea and talk about the good things. And then Adam picked up his Martin, and he knew that T always played, "Oh, I wish you were here," and
Oh
that so
God.
he picked up T's Martin, and he can play. And he played like Blackbird. He played a couple of songs. It was just so fucking nice to listen to that Martin that T's got, spitting some music through that house. It's been so long. And then here I am, right now, and it's just like, oh, wow, what's that up ahead? Oh, it's that fucking wave again. And it ain't ever fucking going away, man.
No. No. There's the ebb and the flow, right? You
Yeah.
find your moments in between the two.
And it was a beautiful thing for 3 days, man. But like when he left, man, and it's also that it put that third person in the house, and we always had that
Oh yeah.
dynamic. So when he left, it was just like, whoa, like, and he felt T, man, like he was so in tune, cause he is, man. He's such a fucking just beautiful fucking human being, and yeah. So this is about the best 3 days I've had since T passed.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, Folks from the audience, who's here that would like to talk with Kev? Part of our 11 Soft Club. What do we got in the audience? Ivan Garcia. Hi, Ivan. Curious question. Do you guys get media credentials for WWE press conferences? By you guys, who
Why
do
we
you-
don't show? We would never show up.
No one's going. Dom. I think
Dom
Dom
does.
goes. I
Yeah,
think
Dom goes. I think what is
Steve
that?
goes. Steve and Dom go.
Yeah, Steve and Dom
Yeah.
go.
So they do. They do cover it. So if ever you want,
The two old fuckers are just trying to get fucking 5 hours of sleep.
that's it. Nice doing this on a Friday. I'm not so worried about
Well, it opens your whole weekend, and I
slamming
don't.
the door.
Yeah, it's not as bad. You're gonna go downstairs and probably have an old fashioned, not smoked, but nonetheless.
I got 350 pages from the publisher of Edits last night for the
fuck.
book coming out in September. My delivery date for the Insane Clown Posse book is May 31st, and because I'm a nut, I took another book project that I actually started writing, so I'm doing 3
Well,
books at once.
you know what? It's like getting. If that was being ass raped at this point, I'd say obviously you like it.
I like it. I mean, I do. I'm an addict. I'm a creativity addict.
Yeah,
So
fuck,
I
man,
do.
it makes you who you are.
Who else in the house? What do we got?